to me, my philosophy is the more you share, the more you learn.
Right.
And that gets to create a ripple effect. The only way we can do that is to bring these people to one place.
Hello and welcome to Trades of Thoughts. My name is Terry Moikamba and this podcast has been made possible by Global Exhibitions Inc. Now, we are recording live at the 8th edition of China Trade Week, and on this podcast, we speak to exhibitors, investors, and even thought leaders. And today, we are so delighted that we finally caught him. I'm telling you, he's also a very busy man. We have been running around. I had no idea that you would come onto the podcast, but we're so glad that we find you. All right, so we have Dr. Bright GAMELI. You are an authority when it comes to cybersecurity.
Oof, that's a lot of pressure.
But it is, though.
Yeah.
I want our audience to get to know you a little bit better.
Sure.
So I want to know a little bit about your journey because it's been exceptional.
Hey, where do I start from? So,
Yeah.
my name is Bright GAMELI Maudo, originally from Ghana, but I've been in Kenya for 21 years now. 4 years of that was in South Korea, where I did my master's and PhD. Accidentally. I wasn't going to do a PhD. I went there to do my master's. But the way the whole school structure became something which was, I just had to do a PhD. I schooled here in St. Mary's High School, went to Daystar University, did my first work as cellulant, and I was an intern. And when I went to Korea, I was still working in and out with cellulant, and I came back to be the head of cybersecurity for Africa.
Really?
So it was something which I never thought would ever happen. I mean, 4 years in between those time was quite exceptional for me. Later, I went to work for Internet Solutions. That changed. And I set up the cybersecurity department for Internet Solutions, became Dimension Data, and now it's NTT. Work for a couple of people globally. I do quite a lot of things. So I do a consultancy services for a company in the UK. I'm the principal cybersecurity lead. I have an edtech with a few friends in Kenya. I'm lazy. I don't like marking exams and everything because I'm also a lecturer at Strathmore. So we created a solution that can help teachers to set exams easily and also automatically mark those exams.
Okay.
Revision becomes easier. A parent can buy revision papers, hundreds of them for their kid in an instant, and it's very seamless. So just want to make people's life easier.
Yeah, I don't think it's lazy. It's trying to make life easier, honestly.
I personally am just a lazy person sometimes. That's why.
Says the doctor with the PhD.
And then I have a cybersecurity company called CyberGuard Africa.
Right.
Then I run this Africa Hack-On, which is one of a kind of a cybersecurity event we've been running for more than 10 years now.
Right.
We aim to just train young people in cybersecurity to become cybersecurity gurus.
If you call yourself lazy, honestly, I feel like the rest of us, what are we doing?
I find shortcuts to things.
I like that.
Yeah.
First of all, I love the fact that you said you train children as young as 11.
Yes.
This is before they develop the bad habits.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic.
Yes.
I love what you're doing when it comes to, young minds, shaping them and showing them that there's so many things that they can be.
Yeah.
Exploring so many different avenues of careers. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
So you talked about this company that, you're branding today.
Yes.
Africa Hack-On.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
So Africa Hack-On started as, again, this was a mistake, I think. It was. When I left Cellulant, there's another friend who came to take over my position, which I mean, we're just chit-chatting. I don't even know how we met online. Called Lewis, and I told Lewis, look, you finishing school, I'm leaving. If you don't mind, just go take over my position. And he did. He was really good. And we keep on chit-chatting, and I wanted to go to a conference in the States, DEF CON, Black Hat conference, which are huge.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how am I going to get there if I don't have money? I was broke, to be honest. I was a student again. I don't have any work I was doing. I was a full-time student, and I wanted to go for Black Hat and DEF CON. Since I couldn't go, I said, why are we not having something in Africa? How come nobody ever gets to bring like-minded people in a cybersecurity space into one place to exchange ideas? Because to me, my philosophy is the more you share, the more you learn.
Right.
And that gets to create a ripple effect. The only way we can do that is to bring these people to one place. So Lewis and I started talking. We created a WhatsApp group. We started calling it Africa Hackathon. We started Africa hacking event. We're like, no. And it's like a hacking event. We get so many names.
Yeah, the brainstorming
and then we
sessions.
Just, all of a sudden, like, let's make it Africa and a hack, and let's bring it on. So that's how Africa Hack-On came about.
Right.
Then we started adding people getting into the space, a few people came through and they were like, look, everybody have diverse skill sets. One person is really good at mobile application reverse engineering, and I didn't know that. And I'm like, I can learn.
Yes.
Another person can get into network and you break that entire network. Somebody else is really good with just speaking.
Yeah.
And people don't even know that is a thing.
Yeah.
Me being able to speak to senior management to tell them technical things to bring it to layman is a skill.
It is.
Not everyone can do that.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, if we bring it together, we came up with topics, and that's how Africa Hackathon started.
Right.
Started meeting every week, twice a week at PwC at the time. They gave us free space.
Wow.
And we just kept on doing it and became a conference that we started doing every year.
Yeah.
Later, we started doing what we call master classes. And the master classes are 3 consecutive training that is going on at the same time for 2 full days. Just because there are different topics that are there to be shared. And trust me, the average age of any trainer is 22 years. 22 years of age. And these are Kenyans. And people don't even know these people exist.
Yeah.
Yet they are so good at what they do.
True.
People, nobody knows they exist. So we're trying to just get exposure for these people, mentorship for them.
Yeah.
We've been running the mentorship program right now. I think if we count, over 2,000 people have graduated out of Africa Hackathon, and they actually have jobs right now, full-time, working as cybersecurity engineers. And I'm really proud of that.
Yeah.
So with that we have WhatsApp groups we've been having formed, and then the ladies never speak. So every time ladies want to talk, you can tell they are holding back.
Yeah.
Then the DM you is like, oh, I want to ask a question. How can I ask the question? I'm like, it's becoming difficult for ladies to speak.
Yeah.
So the ladies now formed another group called She Hacks. As we speak right now, She Hacks Hackfest conference is happening. This is their 5th year anniversary today. So from here, that's what I'm heading to see what is happening.
Yeah.
And they have been a force in the market globally, actually. Some of them are working for Microsoft, others are working for Google, and it's just Facebook. It's just brilliant to see how the female power is actually there that people don't know. Yeah.
That's fantastic. I'm in awe of what you're doing.
Thank you.
Now, I just caught you outside and you were signing an MOU, deal.
Yes.
Can you talk about that?
So the MOU between the two entities is basically, we really want to, MIA Global group is really, you can see what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
It's big. They're able to bring a lot of different sectors together.
True.
From governments to manufacturing to education to the technology space.
Right.
Everybody's here right now. And for that to be able to grow, there's a common denominator. They're all using technology. Everyone uses technology.
Yes.
We are seeing that there's a lot of vulnerabilities in that technology space. It's changing quite frequently. And we want to see how can we also get to share what we have as a group on another level. So the MOU is to say, next year, we want to make sure cybersecurity becomes a core part of everything that has been done.
True.
We want to make sure that any kind of software people are using, they should understand the risks that are there, the vulnerabilities that they're exposed, the risks that they're exposed to, the vulnerabilities that are there, and how can they secure themselves, as well as, we look at it right now. We're in an e-commerce space.
Yeah.
Everybody's buying online. If you walk through the door right now, you see it saying you can pay in Kenya shillings, you can pay, you can get 30% this, taxes here and there. But how do you know you're paying to the right person?
True.
A lot of online scams that are happening right now has become the forefront of anything we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
People are losing money. We don't want them to lose money. We want them to be able to trade very, very safely. We want them to be able to transact very safely. We want hospitals to know that the data that they're collecting is actually safe.
Yeah.
How are we collecting data every day? How do you know that your systems are secure?
Yeah.
And somebody who is in ICU is not going to die because of a ransomware attack that has happened? Because it's actually happening.
It does, yeah.
People are losing data. They're losing their systems. We want to bring that expert knowledge to the space and show people that, hey, yes, you can be compromised, but we will show you exactly how not to be compromised. And guess what? We do live hacking demonstrations.
Ooh, okay.
Even hardware.
Really?
Because from here where we are right now, we can put off all TVs right now with a single device. I didn't carry it with my bag. We can put off air conditioners. We can control IoT devices. These water sprinklers, water devices you're seeing that are IoT enabled, we can actually control them with a small device. Wireless network, we can kill any wireless network within a short range. We can force an email from you to anybody. It will come with your picture. It will look real. How can you tell if it's you or not?
Yeah.
So your CEO tells you, or you send an email to somebody, say, give their person access.
Yeah.
How would you know? People don't know because they've never seen it, right?
Yeah.
So we show you how easily that it can be done and how do you protect yourself against, how do you spot such things.
Right.
So we just knowledge sharing, and I think this MOU partnership is going to really help us to change the technology space and thought mindset of people as they get to use any kind of things in the technology.
Yeah. You're officially the most scary person I have ever met. Only because, right now data is such a huge...
It is.
So hearing how easily it can be compromised is just really scary. Now, before you leave, I want to just ask you a few tips on how we should protect ourselves. At least something that we can do, something within our reach. What kind of data do you think is absolutely no? You should never share that online. And how can we do that?
So let me give you a very simple story. For the first time, Bright has been hacked.
No.
Yeah.
Did you employ the guy who hacked you? Or
No. I was hacked. I would say I was hacked because... So let me briefly... I was going for the Commonwealth Secretariat Conference in Ghana.
Right.
I was in a hurry. I needed to apply for a visa for Zambia before I go. So at the airport, before I jump on the plane, I'm like, quickly, let me just apply for it quickly. And I did not read the URL. So when you Google Ghana Zambia visa, it shows you the wrong URL, say zambiaimmigration.org, which is not theirs.
Yeah.
You see? Yeah. Because the embassy or High Commission for Zambia, their search engine optimization has not been done properly or too well than these people. So their website comes from Boston, their visa processing company. You can get it for me in 24 hours. I ended up paying $183, gone. And then later when I was like, wait, why is my visa not coming?
Yeah.
Why is the person responding to me is from Singapore on WhatsApp? Why is the email telling me that you're processing the visa, we're talking to the government, submit these documents? But it's at that point, I'm like, wait, they're asking for another document and I didn't get the signed version. So even made me more convinced. Later when I woke up and I'm like, okay, come on, this is actually fake.
Yes.
We can actually get, so even the best of the best in the industry can get compromised. So what about you, a person who uses the internet every day? Email serves as your basic part of things to be able to secure, if anything, because everything you're going to do, recovery, passwords and everything is your email. So I tell people have two-step verification. Okay. And have what they call a Google backup code. If it's Google, if it's Hotmail for MSN or Hotmail for Microsoft, there's still a backup code. If you still use Yahoo, there's still a backup code. People still use it.
It's crazy.
So make sure that you have those kind of basic things set up.
Yes.
Then for your social media as well, you have two-step verification. It exists, but people never know. If you're a parent and you have your kids and they have these passwords to them, you need to put a little bit of control. So make sure that two-step verification is your phone number. So in case they want to go set up on another phone or somebody wants to compromise them, because cyberbullying in school is becoming crazy right now, you get to be the one to actually have that. There's the privacy settings that exist for every application, for Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, for Twitter, LinkedIn. Go to those, spend time to be able to see what can you remove. For example, on Instagram, you can actually remove the privacy setting saying, I don't want my name to mention anywhere on any post just because I'm on Instagram and my account is public. So nobody can ever mention your name. Terry cannot be mentioned anywhere else. They cannot tag you. They cannot mention you, so you don't get to be exposed to this cyber bullies online. You can actually prevent people who get to send you messages. So the privacy settings are there, and especially for our kids, I am really worried about such because it's getting bad. And on TikTok and everything, the kind of people they're talking to. If you check games like Roblox, Roblox allows you to be able to change your character to certain kind of characters, which normally wouldn't want these kids exposed to. So play the games with them. Check the Instagram with them. Do the TikTok with them. Get to understand them. That's for the kids. For we parents, we have to be very sure. Who do we talk to? Who do we actually send messages to? And if the link comes to you to actually click on something to submit, if it's too good to be true, get off the internet. Clear your browser cache and cookies, and now you can reset your password with a different computer. I'll repeat that. You feel like you've been compromised, clear your browser cache and cookies, and reset your password for that account with a different computer. The reason is because when a hacker compromises you, it uses your cache and cookies for that moment to log in somewhere remotely and be able to actually log in as you. These are simple things that we get to do. So email us the basis, and please use an email that you can remember the password, because I hear people say, oh, my account has been compromised and I can't get it back because the email that I use is for something years back.
True.
For something as simple as Instagram, you need to post a lot of your pictures.
Yeah.
The more pictures you post, the more Instagram knows how to be able to recover your account with your facial recognition.
Really?
Yeah. So if you don't have pictures, that's why once in a while, if you see my page, I post a picture of me, I'm like, I'm letting the algorithm know that I exist.
This is me.
I'm not just posting memes that I post all the time, because if it doesn't know your face, you can't recover that account easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's also scary, the fact that, they have all this, like Instagram has all this data and they can actually use facial recognition to get your... So I'm just imagining the kind of data they have on us.
Data privacy is almost non-existent even though we're trying to really promote data privacy.
True.
But it's also the work, we had something we call data minimization, which has to be done by organizations that are collecting these data. And they have to actually conform to the laws internationally and locally. Right now, a lot of people don't understand the data laws, so they don't even know what data governance is for the various jurisdictions that they actually get to traverse. So I think it's a lot of more education that we have to do. And you see, that's one of the reasons why this MOU has been signed. We want to do a lot more education on every platform by any means that we can with MIA Group.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming onto the podcast. I feel like we should have this conversation for like 3 hours, but it's fine. We will find ways to have longer conversations.
No, next time we'll do live hacking and show people exactly how it is.
Absolutely.
So that they can see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, there you have it. Dr. Bright has given you tips on how to protect yourself, and I hope you took the notes. If not, make sure you watch the video back and you will see exactly what you need to do to protect yourself.